Hallelujah! Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thanks for coming in. My name is Mary June Tracy. I'm a psychic medium, spiritual love of life of coach. And happy Mother's Day to you all who are mothers or mothers to be or mothers that have or had. So happy Mother's Day to you all. Sending you out so much love today. And today, if you saw a little bit on my Instagram already, it's snowing out. It's snowing out. I think I might have to go get some tarps and stuff for my backyard. So thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you too. Happy Mother's Day. It is, I'm hoping it's beautiful in your area and you can get together in some way with your family and spend some time. So it's, as I said on my Instagram, it's kind of like I am very blessed that I have my daughter and my grandson living here. And I do have another son who lives here too. So, and then I have, it seems like I have too many children. They just keep coming out. And then I have another child that doesn't live too far away. So, but he's working at the golf course today. So happy Mother's Day to you all. Thank you guys. This is awesome. So just wanted to pop in today. I am going to be on a podcast. I'm not sure. And on a YouTube podcast. I'm not sure what they call it. It's called Wine and Witches. So you can check it out on YouTube. I'm not sure when mine will be up, but I'm going there today to spend some time with two lovely little witches, with Jenna and Andrea, and talk about, I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about today on the Wine and Witches. So it'll be fun. I'm very I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to be going down there today. So cold, but not snowing. Yeah. It's, the thing is, I think, I always say that the weather reflects what is happening for us internally in some ways. So the weather's always has some kind of reflection on how we are feeling. And, the weather right now with this reflection of saying how we are feeling. So isolated, maybe so we're feeling unable to connect. And the cards I drew today were that about connecting. Well, of course, I mixed my cards up afterwards. Actually, let's pull out some new cards for us this morning before I get in and talking about, because Venus or Saturn is going retrograde today, and what that has to do. What is it? What does that mean? And I want to connect about that and what you may be experiencing over the next little while. And he is going retrograde till September 29th. So till the end of September. And he's going back into Capricorn. So we'll talk a little bit about that today. I'm going to pull out some cards. I'm going to pull out one card right now and two cards and then three cards. So we'll have three cards. So the first card that I pulled out is, let's see, okay, I'll pull it out. And it is the Eight of Swords reversed. So the Eight of Swords reversed, it is reversed. So it's not all doom and gloom that we have around us, although sometimes that's what we're feeling right now. We're feeling that energy. So good morning, Candace. I thought you'd be in bed, getting some food in bed and stuff. I got some beautiful flowers this morning. My husband got flowers for myself and my daughter, which was so sweet. So that was and I took pictures of them there on my Instagram. So yes. And the boys are out getting Starbucks. They're out getting Starbucks. Yes. Well, I did that too. So we got Starbucks. Love it. Gotta get some Starbucks, baby. Gotta get some Starbucks. So with the Eight of Swords, when it comes in, it's about taking responsibility, learning from past mistakes, traumas, and circumstances, right in alignment with this Saturn, because Saturn is the one about restrictions. Saturn is also the one that has to do with limits, your limitations and what you are limited. Tamara, hello, welcome, sweetie. Thank you for coming in. And Monica Wade, yay, thank you guys. And so we have that coming in. So, and with that brings in the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands, I mean, when we're starting to take this alignment for ourselves and we're starting to move into that alignment, what the Ace of Wands wants to bring in for us is this renewal, is this new energy. It's a spark. It is the spark. It is the light. It is our soul purpose. It's bringing in our truth and deeply rooted in our inner truth, which is really beautiful. Good morning, Kathy. Thank you. This is allowing us to manifest our dreams, bringing in our dreams. Although sometimes when we feel like we're feeling right now, maybe we don't feel like we can manifest our dreams. We don't feel like we can step into our into what we are wanting to do. And King of Wands, he keeps turning up in a lot of my readings lately. I don't know. He's got a message there for me. I sometimes have issues with the King of Wands because King of Wands comes as a little bit of a trickster in a way. The King of Wands to me has this energy of, you know, he wants to have fun. He's fire. He's fiery. He's jovial. And he wants to have this fun. And he wants to bring in confidence and sociable. He's a sociable person. He's fire. He's out there. Look at me. Let's go out there. So with a lot of restrictions that we've had, we are moving and we're making progress and going forward. There is a forward move. Even with this retrograde, and even with the retrogrades that are coming in, because we have Jupiter and Venus coming in too. So even with these restrictions that are coming in and some of this heavy-handedness that I feel is coming forth, we are having to look at our own self-discipline, our responsibilities, which is all part of Saturn. We have to look at our own long-term success, right? And bringing in our own long-term success. So, that's really a part of this energy that we're coming in to. And since we're having so much, that's my sound effects. I need to have things coming out. My next thing to do on my streams is that I need to have explosions and little puppets come up and stuff like that. So that's my next thing. So I found this one. That's good. We're going to be working with this for a while, but then we're going to have to find something with this. So the one thing's, it's like Mercury might be minding its business for the moment. So we're not going to deal with Mercury retrograde right now, okay? But a few of the other planets are. So we have today Saturn on May 11th, and from May 11th to May 14th, so we have Saturn, Venus, and Jupiter, and they're all coming in retrograde. And we are finding, and it sounds familiar because it happened April 2019, okay? So in April 2019, we had a Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter. And keep that in mind if you feel overwhelmed by this month's celestial. So if we go back to April of last year, how were things going? What was going on? What were you trying to create at that time? Because Pluto's already retrograde, right? The only thing is that this time we're throwing Venus into the mix. And Venus is all about relationships and connections and us connecting with one another. So that's what she wants to bring it in. She's all about money too. So Venus likes to have money. So keep that in mind if you are starting to feel overwhelmed and bombarded with all of these retrogrades. As long as you know what to expect from these planets. And that's the thing, is that when you know what to expect, you know what to expect from Mercury, right? You know. So the first retrograde to come our way this month is one of the challenging. I mean, he does this every year, but he's a little bit of challenging. We know he is the Lord of Karma. He's the one that I like to look at in your chart and see where he is, because he does hold a lot of karma and a lot of that energy. So he is the one about self-discipline, responsibility, long-term success, as I said. So when it's direct, he can illuminate where we ought to aim our ambitions and love. So he has come to his highest heights, and he went into Aquarius. And he illuminated this. He illuminated where we ought to aim. He illuminated that energy in Aquarius to show us how we should come together, how we should be working together, and looking at the restraints that are being put upon us. So when it's retrograde, however, the ringed planet can lead us to the second guess whether we're working towards the right goals or if our concept of the future is the line with what's actually happening in the present. So having to slow down and answer these serious questions about, what's happening in our lives won't exactly be fun. But Saturn isn't just the planet for long-term success. It also has a hand in playing in long-term consequences. So this with also, and I'm going to throw Neptune in here because Neptune's doing his little heavy-handedness. Neptune coming in is also going to really bring in, good morning, Ashley, thank you for joining me, bring in us listening to our intuition. Listening to our intuition, listening to what our intuition is having to tell us. Following it. And sometimes, good morning, Sheila, sometimes our intuition, as I posted on my Facebook page, is sometimes we might feel crazy. Like, oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. Oh, it's crazy to do this, crazy to do that. Am I insane or am I intuitive? So this is really us going in, sitting there and looking at our goals with a capital G and adjust them. And you could wind up even further if you don't heed the warning of this retrograde and take stock, you could end up further away from where you want to go. So this is important with these retrogrades, is really listening to our intuition, because we're being bombarded with so much information right now. And so many people are jumping ship and going all over the damn place. We're finding people changing their minds. It's this or it's this. Or maybe what's happening out here, it's this fault and it's his fault and it's her fault. And oh my God, it's like trying to put blame on something or someone so that they don't have to take responsibility for their own selves. This energy is saying you got to start taking responsibility for yourself. 100% responsibility for yourself, and start looking at that responsibility and where you want to go. And with the Venus one comes in a couple days later on the 13th, it's brief yet powerful from May 13th to June 25th. It's 40 days and 40 nights she's in retrograde. She's turning from an evening star into a morning star. And this is what this culmination of energy that's coming in, it's powerful. And for her, she's throwing our love lives into a peril, reawakening our feelings, reopening emotional wounds, reminding us of our ex's phone number. So she's bringing in some old stuff. That old stuff could actually go back with Jupiter. How does that inadequacy maybe we had or maybe we felt with a past lover, with a past love, has to do with how I'm going forward in my life? Is that past love, is that past relationship in some way, some form holding me back from me reaching my highest potential and going towards my goals? This is where we have to start. This is coming back into our intuition and starting to slow down and really slow down. Don't want any of that old stuff. There we go. Don't want any of that old stuff. Now, which is awesome. Thank you for that segue. So you don't want any of the old stuff, but is that old stuff holding you back from going forward to where you want to go? Is that insecurity that might come in with that holding you back? And that's where, that's where Saturn comes in and says, we want to release this because we can show you where we want to go. But now it's up to you to take that time to release it and go forward and say yes. So this is where the spiritual muscle comes in. And when the spiritual muscle comes in, that means that even though, let's say you had a crazy night last night, even though you had a crazy night, you get up and you still do what you have to do. You still get up and you do your exercise. You still get up and, go for your walk, or it might be snowing outside, but you still get out and you say, no, this is not going to hold me back from what I want to do. So it's that spiritual muscle that's coming in that's saying, No, I'm still going to be doing this. This is where I want. This is what I know, what feels right for me. That's part of the releasing. We could do the ceremonies, we could burn everything, we can send everything up to the heavens, but this is now we have to take some action and start beginning with that action in order for us to go in. And given the fact that most of us are socially isolating, hunkered down in our homes, this is also bringing in some other energies that are going on. Hold on here. My notes are over on this computer. So that we're hunkering down right now during this period. So it's slowing down the pace. It's slowing down our pace on how we are interacting with people. It's slowing down our pace with, getting out, dating, working towards next milestone. But at any rate, the fact that most of us are social isolating will have where we'll have to look at different ways of communicating, different ways of getting out there. You might get a text or something from your ex asking you how you are, but aside from that, there is still, with Venus retrograde, also tends to wreak havoc on our outlook. So she really gets you to go in. So don't be surprised if you start to feel restless with your current hair color, skin routine, wardrobe, but don't overhaul your entire aesthetics just because suddenly you feel meh, okay? Because Venus will throw these in, because then you're feeling restricted. Venus going, or Saturn going retrograde is really going to hold up, and you're going to say, oh, maybe I should have purple hair today, or, I don't like the way my skin is going, right? So this is like, don't go crazy and overhaul everything, okay? Because you're going to come out of it and say, oh my God, what did I just do? Precaution. So don't cut your own bangs, okay? No cutting your own bangs. We want to be extra safe. And we want to, so until we can get out next month. And so we have that. So now we have all of that energy going up. So this is all happening this week. Many of you are feeling this even before it starts to happen. So many of you get in, start to feel this a couple days before. So you might have been already feeling Jupiter going retrograde. You might be already starting to feel that Venus going retrograde. And now we have Jupiter going retrograde. Jupiter will take it a little easier on us in the sense that it won't prod us about our 5-year plan or make us look fondly back on our past loves. Instead, regarding with retrograding Jupiter will compel us to look back on the beliefs that inform our views of the world. So he doesn't want us to sort of like, what's your 5-year plan? Like, Saturn, what's going on? Are you heading in the right direction? Are you with the person you love? Is this what you want to build? He's like, here comes Uncle Jupe. Uncle Jupe is coming in the house and he's saying, you know what, man, we're going retrograde for a bit. And I'm going to be retrograde till September. So why don't you let's just take a little bit of a load off of you. The water is rescinding. Let's start looking at the shoreline. Let's start looking at the places that maybe you did start doing something, right? And maybe you did start doing something. You like the Uncle Jupe. It's like, let's start taking a look at things a little in a different way. So you might develop more of a specific, personally tailored definition of satisfaction during this period. That's why Mr. Neptune, Mr. Drug Lord coming in, Mr. Dream Man, the Sandman is coming in, and he's blowing something. He's blowing that dream world onto you and saying, what is it? What does it feel like? Come in and let's sit into our intuition. Come on in and let us go in and let us take a look. And you could realize you're actually strayed quite far away from principles you once upheld in some cases, or you'll have the choice to correct course or commit to a new value. Because the thing is that, the other part with Jupiter being in in Capricorn, and he's retrograding, and he's there till the end of, because he goes into Aquarius in around December, I think, December 21st. So December 21st, and he conjuncts Saturn, because Saturn goes in there on the 19th. So we have that energy of coming in right now of us. There is no rush. With enough time and patience and self-awareness, you'll come upon the right way forward for you. So that's what Uncle Jupe does. He's like, come on, let's, and he gets along with Neptune. He's not too bad. He doesn't mind being with Neptune. Kind of has issues with Pluto and Saturn, because Pluto really gets things going and says, look at this, look what's happening down here. Look at the self-indulgence over here. And Jupiter will say, really, let's go into it even more. And you're going to find that at the end of June when Jupiter conjuncts Pluto. But we'll talk about that later. So for now, this weekend, we're heading into some real crazy waters. But there's a way to maneuver through these waters with a lot of grace, with a lot of ease, and allow us to really set our sails. And maybe it's not so much of setting our sails, because the tide has rescinded, that we need to just sort of park the boat for a bit. And I know a lot of you are like, well, the boat's been parked. We're in self-isolation and we can't get out and do anything. But when I mean by parking your boat, parking your internal boat of the overwhelmness of the having to do, and knowing that, okay, maybe there's some restrictions that are going on right now, and we have to look at certain things in a new way. But what way do I want to look at them? What way do I want to work with this? And going forward in my life, with my relationships, with my career, with my projects, with my work, how can I change my direction and stay on course where I need to stay on course for myself? So that's where this energy really comes in, and allowing us to open up with all of that. And our overall card for today, and I just love it because this is what the angels gave us. This is what the angels are giving us, is the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is the most beautiful card, one of the most beautiful cards you can get in the tarot. And it's telling you about your wishes. What are you wishing for? What are you desiring for? Because whatever you're desiring for or wishing for, it's there for you. It's all lined up. It's ready for you. Here you are. The guy's sitting there. He's waiting to give it all to you. And the 9 of Cups comes in, and it brings in joy. It brings in happiness, fulfillment, goodwill, healing. This is joyful and harmonious card. This is my, the deck is this deck. It's the Angel Tarot deck. And this card is coming in, and it's bringing us the wish card. With all of this energy coming in, what are your wishes? What are your desires? And this is also looking at to relish in the magic that is around you and accept the gratitude. So come into your gratitude, come into your magic, right? That's where this energy is coming in. Yes, there's havoc. Yes, I know there's going to be a lot of unrest coming forward. You've already heard some of my predictions of what's going on. Some of them are already happening. But even though that some of them may be happening, this is also a time where we need to look at, to restore, to renew, and to reevaluate the direction that you want to go into. There you guys go. Have a fabulous day. And I'm going to send love out to you guys all. And if any of you have any issues with your mother, give it up to the Holy Spirit and ask for inner peace and a miracle. Because the one thing, you know what? There's a woman that gave birth to you and brought you into this life. And you're here for a reason. And there's a reason you chose that person to be your mother. You chose her. Okay? So have a beautiful, I haven't had a good sleep in weeks. What intense energy. It has been intense. And we're still riding this wave. We're still riding this wave, man. So we're sending you guys out so much blessings. Blessings to you, Tamara. Blessings to you all. Blessings to all the mothers out there. Because all the mothers, we do the best that we can do with what we have and what we know. And may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you and all that you say and all that you be. Don't let your light extinguish. Always let your light shine. Shine it bright. Be that beautiful energy that you are. Blessed be everybody. Bye-bye.